Welcome to the PSNORKIS podcast, a show with real topics discussed by real people with real opinions and tempered with a real sense of humour. Now here are your two PSNORKISers. Or is it PSNORKI? Screw it. Here are your hosts, Dr. Myke and the Madman.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yes, here we go. Another week for you guys. For us, it was only about 15 minutes, and we're continuing on this great show. This was enough. We could have, I don't like to do things too much longer than an hour because, I understand you got other things to do too. And some people listen to this as a background, but sometimes they listen to it and you don't want it to go on forever. There is such a thing as an attention span. Hey, I'm ADD. Trust me. I know about attention spans. I'm surprised that I can sit here exactly. You know me. And so anyway, good show. And we're going to continue it. Now, same people, we have got a council of 8 now. We're up to 8. Which is it. That's all the inputs I have, man. There's nothing else I can do.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to welcome our new audience people from Egypt and Madagascar.
Yeah, Egypt and Madagascar.
Yeah, we're all over the
Their
place.
theme song is what? I like to move it.
Yeah. That's theirs. That's not ours.
No, not ours. Ours would be... No, never mind.
Yeah. Nice.
Hi, sweetie.
Hello, PSNORKIS friends.
That's the greatest intro ever.
I was just looking at the look she was giving to me. I had to do something. What the hell?
Nice.
Hi, sweetie kitty.
Dobry wieczór. Ciebie kocham.
Rebel, what it is?
There we go. Hello. Greetings and salutations, my PSNORKIS darlings.
Rocket.
He's pushing buttons, but apparently not the right ones.
Story of his life.
Yep.
That's what she said.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, we've got Shannon and Shannon.
Shannon.
Hello.
Hey. Our new gay friends.
Oh, wow, you make them sound like tokens now. What the hell?
Hey, I'm not the one that set them up to sit behind us so we don't catch the cooties.
If I have cooties, you definitely have them. You birthed me.
Oh, yes.
Cooties from the cooter. Woo!
Oh, God.
Yeah, here we are.
Paying my therapist for an extra session this week.
And as you can see, that's why we decided to make this second one.
We're going to need something more than a therapist. May I suggest an exorcism? We'll
We'll
start there. We'll
We
see
all
how
look
we
like
feel.
this on the exit.
Oh, jeez.
Here's my therapy right here.
Legacy coffee.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? The Colombian with the Tia Maria is really
Good
good.
stuff. Yeah, get yours now. Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are.
So,
I'm here. Are you here?
oh, pardon me.
I'm
Went down the
here.
wrong throat. Excuse me.
Wrong throat.
Wrong pipe.
Just
Wrong
wrong
pipe.
your my throat.
He's laying it somewhere.
Hey, let's talk to the plumber about laying the pipe.
Oh. He doesn't even have the ass crack for it.
Wow.
Why do you know this?
yes.
He doesn't.
I can't even see anything.
Why do you know this?
Damn.
I don't, but I had to
What
say
happened?
something, and that's what came
That's
out.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
between us.
Now we can have like a survey about his ass crack.
I
We
speak
have
faster than
seen-
I can think.
We
That's
have
fair.
seen
You know
the
that.
the T-shirts that have the plumber's crack on them.
Yeah.
Friggin' die.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah, they make men's T-shirts and they're extra long.
Yes.
But they actually have like the bottom of a shirt and an ass crack sticking out the bottom of them. So it's painted on like the lady with the bikini.
Oh, okay.
It's just ass crack for men, you know.
Oh.
Sounds
I'd be
like-
happy if they made shirts all the way down again and like
Ass
tunic
crack
style.
for men.
Yeah.
Instead
Available
of crop
wherever you
tops.
get.
Crop tops are where it's
Never
at.
mind.
Actually,
Not
yeah,
for
no.
me.
I want. Bring me back the 80s where you
Yes.
had men's wearing like the short shorts and the crop tops with the mullets and stuff like that. And same
A mullet.
I
like it.
have that picture.
I like it.
picture. Oh,
coming
no,
back.
Yes, I do.
I don't never had a mullet.
Speaking of which,
Really?
Did I?
Yeah.
so
I had
technically tomorrow
long
is
hair.
Father's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my baby brother, he's not a baby, but he's my younger brother by a lot of years. He has what his daughter lovingly refers to as clear hair. He says he's balding. It's not. It's so white on the top. It's kind of clear. You can kind of see through it. So she says to me, I really want to get him a hat for Father's Day. So I ordered him the one with the fake hair on the top.
Oh, no way. Oh, they still make those? Oh, my God. No way.
She's a gem.
I can't wait till
Oh,
he
that's
opens it
awesome.
tomorrow. He's going to be like, did Mimi order this for you?
He's required to wear it to brunch, by the way. He will not be fed unless he's got that on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like Guy Fieri hair.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You know.
That guy's nuts. You can tell he has no one at home who loves him.
Oh, his kids love him a lot.
Who would let someone that they love go outside looking like that?
Hey, I got your grandfather the one that you can stick beer cans on both sides.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
was
right.
great.
So it's a portable party.
Yes.
Yeah. It comes complete with a straw.
And he
They
likes warm
drain.
beer, so I'm cool with it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It depends on the beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I can drink Guinness
They
at room
drink-
temperature.
I
Yeah.
warm beer. Yeah, I like Guinness at
Yeah.
warm room temperature.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love it that way, but I can drink it
I
that way.
prefer it that way, actually.
I'm
I'm
not
not a
gonna
big
get a
ice
beer.
You
fan.
go over,
Me neither.
you go over to the UK, and that's how you're going
That's
to
how
get
they
it.
drink it, yeah.
So you may as well get used to
I
it.
think we had a bag
But
for
there-
ice.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are certain beers that you can get away with that. And it's not too bad. There are others just like, oh, dude, no, this got to be cold. This just sucks.
I think that's how you appreciate beer better if you can drink it at room temperature. Because there's some stuff. No offense, Poland. I don't know how you get the same company who makes engine oil and the same company who makes beer.
Well, you know, in their defense, it's pretty cold in Poland too, isn't it? Most of the year, so their room temperature is probably very different than ours.
Well, that's a
I
good
like
point.
Zavik.
That's a good
Zavik's a good
point.
beer, but Tanter, no, I'm sorry. I can't. I tried very hard. I even, Polish colors. No, I couldn't.
That's dedication.
I don't drink beer. I'm really allergic to it.
Yeah.
I drink it like once a year, and if I do, I like Belgian beer. Chimay.
I will tell you, she is a class act. She does drink it with her pinky in the air.
Oh, of course. I can't help that.
It's hard to chug with a pinky in the ear.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well,
It gives you better balance.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think I could. Yeah.
And
think
when
I
I
could
pick
do
up my
that.
wine glass, I usually pick it up and hold it at the bottom.
Yes,
Yeah, on the
because you're
flat.
supposed
to.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do
supposed
it.
to.
Not even the stem.
Can you
you're
tell I was
supposed to-
beaten with
yeah.
a stick very many times to get that through my head?
Well, at least they didn't get the face.
No. I think that's part of the problem.
So we didn't get a chance last episode to do any type of history or anything like that. So,
love it.
Petey, you got something for us?
I have a little bit
something
of stuff.
interesting.
Sure.
Yay!
First of all, I want to wish everybody out there who has children a happy Father's Day for fathers, of
Yay.
course.
Yeah.
So happy Father's Day, Doc. Happy
Hey, thank
Father's
you.
Day, Malcolm.
Yep.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
Father's Day.
And we're the only two guys in this table, so yeah.
And that's still plenty.
You designed it that way.
Wow.
Like
You know
everyone
what?
listen.
I actually, I
you did.
no, because
You
it's-
handpicked the
Yeah, he
people
did.
on
That
this.
part's
but
true.
it's the same
Yeah.
That part's
people
true.
that we used to sit around at the end of my parties. We were the always ones that survived. We're the ones at 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
We're
kept
still
going.
sitting around
Pro tour.
bullshitting and having a good time. That's all I took from it. I mean, the other ones are no longer with us. So yeah, I mean, I
And then we get,
took
then we
what's
get the
left.
imported goods, you know.
Yeah, but at least they're having a good time, which I figured they would. But
The joys of being a Pez dispenser.
Wow. Wow.
damn,
Yeah, shots.
Damn.
Over there.
goes a little something like this.
No.
No, not so much.
Pez doesn't make that noise. Clearly, you've been a deprived child.
All right, so back to history.
Yeah, who invented the Pez? No, never mind.
Yeah.
June 19th is National Dry Martini Day.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, who knew?
I didn't know that.
Dry martini. That's the stuff that's in the package. You zip it open and you pour it in add water.
No. What the hell even is
Isn't
that?
that?
Powdered
God
martini.
almighty.
Yeah, powdered martini. No.
You know what?
You have tended bar
No.
for me, don't you?
No.
Even that's not even funny. That's
I mean,
an insult.
I'm pretty open to people having their own choices, but I mean, there's got to be a line drawn in the sand. Like, we got to have some standards as a society.
I think we're currently drinking watermelon martinis, are we not?
Yes.
They're not dry.
That's right.
They're kind of fruity.
Yeah.
Which goes today with today's theme.
Wow.
You beat me by only by this much. I was just starting to open my mouth to form the words, and you beat me there.
Well, our
because
token
this
gays
much.
don't seem to mind them.
I'm also drinking one.
Had a girl. Had a girl.
Nice and
There we
fruity
go.
today.
There we go.
And this is someone who doesn't even drink too much, and she's enjoying the hell out. Rebel makes a damn good
Yes, she does. Here.
Yes.
martini,
Yeah.
watermelon martini. I don't know if I'd actually.
I honestly think that there's a couple things at which I am very naturally talented at, and
Bartending
bartending is one of them.
We're not
going to discuss the other ones,
one
right?
is talking shit. I'm fantastic at
I
that.
have
was
to turn
waiting.
off my earphones.
She is pretty good at that.
I
She's
really
pretty
am
good at
so
that.
good at insults. You know, I'm actually so good at insulting people that instead of getting mad, they laugh because it's hilarious.
That's
Do you know
why
how
I
many
use
friends I've
sarcasm.
made that
'cause
way? So
they don't
sarcasm
really know
allows
they're-
me to do that.
Yeah.
They don't really know they're being insulted till later when they process what you actually said to them.
Yeah, and then at that point, I'm like, listen, man, I get that you have a 5-day delay, but while you're buffering, I've already moved on to something else. Like,
Next.
I'm not there anymore. Good luck with your feelings, though.
All right, hon. So next one. So dry martini day.
Yeah.
It's also National Oreo Cookie Day.
Deep fried Oreos.
That's my jam.
Deep fried.
I
Oreos.
love
Yeah.
I've never had a deep fried Oreo.
Oh, you never had one?
Hang
Nope.
your head
Oh
in
my
shame.
God.
Aubrey loves Oreos. I
they're so
watch her
good.
take her tiny little
Oh my God, they're so
fingers
good.
and wedge them between the two cookies.
Break them open.
I break them. She breaks them open. She's 19
eats
months
the
old.
icing.
She literally busts those buggers open
Yep.
and eats the icing out of them. Then, depending on the day, sometimes she feeds the cookie to the dog, and sometimes she eats it. Just depends.
Yeah.
But it's funny to watch her those little fingers.
yeah,
pry
I think
on
as
cookies.
kids, we all
Someone
did
taught
that.
her that.
Yeah.
Someone taught her that.
Ah,
Was
true.
that you?
It was not me. Must be
Probably
her mother.
Oreos are banned in California.
Papa.
Why? Because
Because
they're
of the-
mixed race.
Because of the trans fat in the filling.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, we should just
Oh,
use
yeah,
butter.
yeah. I think they use
Doesn't
normal
hold
fat,
up.
but not the
Yeah,
trans
not
fat.
trans
See, that's
fat.
one of the
That's-
problems.
That
is
is
the
the
trans.
problem.
trans
That's probably
fat.
what the problem is.
Yep.
Yes,
Can't have
it's all this trans
fat.
stuff,
That's
man.
right.
That's it.
You're born
Doing
one type
America
of
in.
fat, but you want to be another type of fat. So all of a sudden,
You're a
trans
trans
fat.
fat.
Jeez.
Oh, my stars
That's a
and
rough
stripes.
history lesson here.
Madman. Madman. This week is.
Uh-oh.
Here it comes.
Here it
Uh-oh.
comes.
7-Up day?
And I don't know what's coming, but it's going to be good. If she
Learning Disabilities Week.
Oh, that got me written.
Might be all of us.
over it.
It might be.
It might be all of us.
Oh my God, that's got me written all over it.
We're challenged. That's what makes us so interesting.
Here's
right?
mine. It's also National Hermit Week.
That is
That is
definitely
you.
I'll celebrate
Yeah.
that
This
week
is as
for
social
sure.
as she gets.
Really?
It really is.
Well, I mean, I get that wanting to cultivate your relationships with the people you handpick.
That's
Because
true.
they know what to expect out
Yeah.
of you, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Petey,
I don't like you can't come to the house. Bye.
I hate to burst your bubble, Petey, but everyone around the world knows who you are. Just saying.
Even in Madagascar.
Even in Madagascar.
And Egypt.
I like to move it,
Hey,
but
Madagascarians, send me some vanilla.
I love
oh yeah,
love Madagascar
Madagascar
vanilla.
vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
I know. I use it in rice pudding.
Oh,
It's delicious.
It's
love rice
it
pudding.
is delicious.
That's it?
In the words of Aubrey. Delicious.
Nice.
She can't say delicious. She does this though. Absolutely.
Oh,
We teach her fun stuff.
there, waiting on you, hon.
What else do we got?
National Roller Coaster Week.
That's cool.
That's a lot.
That's cool.
For those of you who can't get your thrills at home, come ride the wooden roller coaster.
Or date,
Could not be
or
me.
date my ex. Same damn thing.
I worked in
That
an
was a roller
amusement park.
coaster.
I worked in an amusement park
Oh,
when I was
nice.
19 years old,
You
and
did?
I will never ride a roller coaster
Why?
again in my life.
Why? Not safe?
Do you ever see what happens when a roller coaster doesn't stop at an emergency spot, so they have buttons, right? So God forbid the ride stops working, they have emergency brakes.
Right.
It's supposed to stop them where there's staircases,
Right.
things like that. Things like that malfunction, and then you have people have to get taken off of a roller coaster by a cherry picker. There's helicopters.
Right, because it didn't
Traumatic.
stop in one of the it happens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, once you work at an amusement park, you'll never again.
There was a horror movie where they had like the Flying Dutchman and the car sailed right off the edge, and I went,
Oh my God.
Let me ever watch Final Destination
Oh,
where
yeah,
that guy
that's
has the
worse.
camera
Yeah.
on the car and it falls off and wraps around the tracks. Enough. No
Think of a couple
tanning
people
beds,
you could
none
put
of
on
it.
that car though, like take a ride, it'll be fun.
Yeah. I could fill that train.
That's trauma.
Yeah.
That's trauma.
Depends, like you put it on the boardwalk down at Ocean
Anywhere
City,
in
New
Jersey. Anywhere in Jersey.
Welcome to the dirty Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
You're going in the water, nobody's gonna find you.
Do you remember when Hurricane Sandy happened and Ava asked Sarah why the ride was in the middle of the ocean? She was like, we're going to take a boat out there and we get to ride the roller coaster. My sister was like, no, like there was a hurricane and it was destroyed. And she was like, what do you mean? Like we have to take a boat to ride it out? She's like, no, it's dismantled. It's in the
Gone.
ocean.
Done.
She was probably like 7
Carried
or
it
8.
off.
She
I'm
had
sure
no
they had to
idea.
go do recovery on all that stuff, did they
They had to
not?
pull
They
that
pulled
stuff
it back out.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
In 1978, the comic strip Garfield was first.
I'm a big
yeah.
fan of that.
And
Wow.
Sadie
Love
was
him.
also
You used to
Garfield
read that
Day.
in the morning when I
I
was
used to
little.
read
I did. He was on I had a calendar with him on there.
Yep, everyone had a Garfield calendar. Yeah.
I actually have a big orange Maine Coon cat. His name is Dewey.
It's Garfield.
But he
Garfield.
traipses the neighborhood, and he has a different name at every location that he
Ah,
goes
you
for
told me
food.
about.
And the people directly behind my brother call him Garfield. He's goofy.
I think it's funny that Doc eats the lasagna the same way.
Oh. Doesn't shame me at all.
I didn't say it was going to.
That's not really the shameful part. The shameful part is that it's frozen.
Garfield was good. I was more of a
Here we go. Only if you make it.
I was more of a Far Side guy.
I'm not the
myself,
one eating
and
plates of
Mother Goose
ice.
and Grimm.
That's you. You
was
see
me.
everything I post. I
Yeah.
post actual food that I cook. You post a plate of ice.
I mean, didn't
You're
you?
Italian. You can't cook.
I don't know how
I
you
could
messed
go.
up the microwave
No,
stuff,
he
but like,
made me mad, so I gave him a charger full of ice.
Dude, he hasn't been able to make ice since he lost a freaking recipe.
Wow.
I brought ice.
I brought ice.
In 1971, Carole King published her album. It hit number 1 in the U.S. and it was Tapestry.
I was gonna
what are
say,
some
Yeah.
of her
Have that.
songs?
No idea.
I don't know her.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Hit me, Madman.
Carole King.
You've got a friend?
No, that
Did
was
she write
that was Taylor.
Are you sure? Because I think she
might have
covered
written it, but-
she may have written it or she covered
The
it.
Toy
one of the
Story
two.
song?
God, I'm trying to remember now, and I actually know a couple of them, and it's not coming to me.
And if you were born in June, the rose is the flower of the month.
Yes.
June.
And what's the birthstone?
June's
There's
birthstone?
two that were listed.
Pearl or Alexandra.
That's the one that with two. Yeah.
Nice.
10 years in the
Right.
jewelry industry.
Nice.
What haven't you done?
Yeah, there's
Right.
probably a
Not a
long list, but I have definitely dabbled.
It's too late. That's the one. Oh, you've got a friend. That was hers. Yeah.
Wow.
That is
I feel the
it's too
earth
late.
move.
Feel the
Hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
right.
feel the
The
earth move.
nice.
Under my feet.
Okay, that's it. As much as you can do without getting sued. It's too late. That was the one I was trying to remember. I'm like, it's too late. Yeah.
God. What's her? She wrote it in 78?
She's she's
71?
actually
It was 71, I believe.
artist, composer, writer. Yeah, she
In 71, the album was released.
Gotcha.
Tapestry.
brilliant
Oh, yeah.
writer.
Yep.
Strong woman.
And if you were born sometime during this
So is
month, you
Boy
would be a
George.
Gemini.
Really?
Yeah.
Gemini, the twin.
That is the mutable air sign. Libra is an air sign, but we are the cardinal air sign.
That's me too. You're a Libra?
That makes sense.
And if you want to add to that, I'm a cusp baby. I'm born on the last day of the sign Virgo, so I have
Really?
a lot of Libra traits.
Wow,
She's
nice.
an honorary Virgo. She gave birth to me.
I tell everybody I'm an anal retentive bitch with artistic tendencies.
Which is exactly why we love you.
Yes,
I knew
yes.
that.
Petey, you should know that we have a Gemini in the family because I pushed her in the pool and ruined her Gemini shirt.
We have two. Julia's also.
Oh, yeah, Juju.
Yeah. And yeah, the one she pushed in the pool. Hey there, Joey.
Happy birthday.
I'm a Leo. Mine's coming up.
My father was a Leo.
I always forget that that's what you are. I always think of Cancer because it's
No, that's my sister.
July.
I'm a Cancer.
She's a
I'm a
Cancer.
Cancer.
Other Shannon's a Cancer.
My sister's a Cancer, and I don't just mean the sign either. I mean just like
my oldest daughter's a Cancer.
something that's like sucks the very
will
life
tell
out of you.
She's a vicious little thing.
So you guys know your sun signs, but do you know that your moon sign actually relates to more of your emotional state? Do you guys know what your moon signs are? Because I know my top 3. I'm just curious if anyone else does.
Mine's white and creamy, but
Wow. Wow. Oh boy.
Was that a sign?
yeah,
I saw the sign.
Wow.
I don't know. How do you figure out your moon sign?
It depends on the time
I didn't know
and the
there was one.
location of your birth. So my moon sign is actually a Cancer.
I am a Taurus moon.
I did not know there was such a thing. I really didn't know.
What's your rising?
And what am I, Bug?
Bad moon rising.
No idea.
There's a bathroom
Well
to the
done.
right.
I know.
Here it's the left.
Yeah.
So I've actually been reading a lot about astrology lately, and like your moon sign relates to your emotional state, and then your Venus is how your love life is. Oh God.
Venus.
Oh, Venus.
Venus. I'm sorry.
Venus.
You know
Your
my
Venus is
hearing's
your
not
love.
what it used to
is
be
your
when I
Venus.
was
I think
This
part
is
of
your
that is
Venus.
choice.
Venus.
We're gonna get into that in a little while, though.
Oh,
but
boy.
don't worry. Yeah.
Down
your
boy.
your rising shows like your oh God.
Venus. You're rising Venus.
Your
Not
rising Venus. Oh God.
Not since I was a younger guy. Just the problem.
Wow.
Maybe you need a pill now.
Well, they make a lot
Small
of
and blue.
oh God.
Oh, the pill.
The pill on my
The
Venus.
pill. Yeah.
If you maintain an erection for more than 3 hours, please go to your nearest emergency.
I thought it was
room.
4 hours.
If I maintain an erection for more than 3 minutes, I'm a
Taking
happy man.
pictures, man. Look at this.
3 hours,
Keep
I'm
it up
gonna
all
find a way to
night.
make a profit off of that bitch.
Only Madman.
I can see it already. He up all night to get lucky.
I'm sorry. We digress.
Yeah, we
No, that's
Totally.
regress.
Yeah.
Things just go way off track.
We just became a whole group of 6-year-olds.
yeah, nearly instantly.
At least we have company.
It's like
Who wants
that
to
book,
play
Men Are
alone?
from Mars, but men have the penis.
Yeah. I remember
But with
reading
one of
that.
Not
these, I
anymore.
can get all of them I want.
Wow. Yeah. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now these
Well,
days,
never
it's
mind.
men are from Mars and women have the penis.
No, I
It
got your
lasts
balls.
longer, doesn't talk back.
Oh,
Thanks,
jeez,
thanks to
there.
Snap-on Tools, life is good.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Sponsoring the LPGA. Since, no, that's,
Wow. Boy,
Oh no.
I'm
I thought
sorry.
that was the LGBT.
I think there's a problem with your alphabet.
Oh, we've broken Madman.
He's down.
I thought they liked Snap-on Tools. It's all downhill from here.
It's been downhill.
My daughter
Was it
over there
ever
going,
uphill?
I don't know her. I've never seen her before in my life. Mom, you want to do brunch tomorrow?
She's like, the A stands for asshole. Oh, she smirked.
She loves me. I'm her favorite mom.
There you go.
Our kids won't be able to say that.
Which one's their favorite? Mom?
Yeah, right?
Doesn't mean they won't.
Well,
Better be me.
clearly, if you're disciplining them, you will not be the favorite.
It's gonna
be me.
I'm gonna be the least favorite parent for sure.
Cool.
Thanks.
Apples and trees, my darling. Apples and trees. You didn't like me for a long time.
I didn't, but you know what? I'm a very productive adult. So.
I must have done something right. There is a God,
and that's what matters. Yeah.
and He likes gay people.
Yep.
Shh, not every country knows that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know why that has to be. I really don't.
Your children are your children. I don't know.
Yeah.
I carried her for 9 months. I brought her into this world. She is mine. I will love her till I take my last breath. That's just how it's going to be.
I will come back and haunt their asses. I don't care.
They probably feel like that's happening now.
They do. And it's easy because Rebel, I just, waft, the cheese and she just follows.
Unlike
I
Petey
am one
here who
chicken wing
refuses the
away
cheese.
from being kidnapped at any point in time. You just bring me into the van with a chicken wing. If it's a flat, I'll just happily walk in there.
Oh, it's like the dogs. We always get when we go to Sam's Club like we did today. We always get them a rotisserie chicken. As soon as you walk in the door, Lucy's like walking
Do
up
they
on
have-
hind legs, going,
So
"All right,
hey,
where is this?"
at the Sam's Club, do they have the garlic rotisserie chickens?
No,
didn't
I've
see
just
the-
seen.
They have
I've
their
just
own,
seen
but
the
they're
regular
so
ones.
good. They are so good.
Walmart used to make this family-sized garlic butter rotisserie chicken, and I tell you what, I can eat half of that chicken before I make it back to my house. So many people get real judgy. First off, if you're going to judge me for eating a rotisserie chicken in my car, mind business in your car. let me alone with my chicken
Your
leg.
father eats 2 of them on the way home.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
judge your
window
for-
licking.
for-
I mean,
for-
there's
yeah,
so
it-
many other things that are people
you
doing
can
in
judge her
cars that
for
are
being-
inappropriate.
for being
I'm
a
just having a
mean-spirited
chicken leg
bitch,
and a
but
good
not
time.
not for
the
eating the
chicken
chicken.
thing.
I don't
Right,
want to be judged
exactly.
for that either. I'm mean when it's called for. If I'm mean to somebody, they need to consider what they did wrong.
Yeah.
You're probably
Hell yeah.
hangry. That's what's the matter with you.
Yeah.
No, that
You
one.
know,
I am hangry.
I'm not hangry.
No, not now. You're not.
Maybe in
But
a little bit.
That one.
Straight up,
Holy
I can't tell
crap.
you how many friends of mine where I'm real pissed about something and be like, hey, when's the last time you ate? And I'll be like, shut up.
Give me a chicken leg.
Give me a chicken.
Damn it.
When hangriness happens in our house, it's usually a war, and then I'm like, "Hey, what do you want for dinner?"
And then
that
we're
solves
fine.
the war. That solves the war.
It does.
That's
Yeah.
what me and
Not
her
in my
did,
That's our
house.
peace
yeah.
treaty
I
right
get
there.
hangry and it's like, what do you want for dinner? Why do I always have to make all the decisions?
That also happens in our house, just for the record.
Yes.
Go to the damn drive-thru and bring something home. You know what I eat.
Thanks, Doc. That reminds me. Thank you again, Doc, for dinner last
Oh,
night.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
We're gonna have so much fun down in Universal because I got
Oh,
there's
hell yeah.
so many great places to eat down there.
I can thinking after 19 years, why are you asking me what I want for dinner? Shouldn't you know?
Yeah, pretty
He's
much.
trying to be considerate
No.
of your wants and needs.
Yeah, there you go.
I am
Since
your
when?
child. I freak out about
She
shit
does.
like that. I'm like, why are you asking me what I want to eat? You know what I eat. She's just trying to be considerate.
Well, knock it off.
I appreciate her being considerate because it's the one night where she brings home something that I don't want, and I'm like, ugh. And then she's like, great. I'm glad I went out of my way to help you.
I'm glad I didn't ask this one time.
I have a peanut butter sandwich. Thank you.
That's literally
And
what
that's
I
usually
say.
the go-to. Yep.
Oh, God. I miss peanut butter so bad.
Why are you not eating peanut butter?
I have allergies.
Yeah.
To peanut
Yeah.
butter?
She has inherited my
Peanuts,
allergies.
tree nuts.
Well, that's a
coconut.
good trick.
I'm sorry. It was not
Is
intentional.
it like a severe allergy or like
D's
you can
nuts.
power
Yeah, she's
through it?
allergic to all of it.
We've all been allergic to D's nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to date out
That
there.
table over there.
Peanuts, trees nuts, and D's nuts for sure.
I was born with that allergy.
It's hard to date out in the world, out in the world for a woman when your balls are bigger than every man you've ever come across. It's really difficult, isn't it, Rebel?
I honestly, at this point, have given up on finding a male partner. I just don't think it's reasonable. I don't think there's a man out there who can meet my standards, and I don't find them interesting enough
It
to
will
lower my
happen
own.
when you
Come
least
to the
expect
other
it.
side. It's much
I'm halfway
better.
there, babe.
We have
I'm
cookies,
halfway
sweets.
there, babe.
You know, that used to be a
Already,
running joke
yeah.
in our household. I used to say, with all the luck I've had with men, I'm starting to look at women.
I mean, I date both. It's just now I look to date women more than I date men because men are just disappointing. At least if I go on a date with a woman and it's not a successful match, I get to look at something pretty across the table. Men are just mostly disappointing to look at.
Yep.
You've been making eyes at me, haven't
Wow,
you?
she was looking at you when she said that,
Oh,
dude.
wow. What did I do?
He's my father. He doesn't count. He's out of this.
Rebel, I am your father.
That's why I say that's strong with you, buddy.
Sith Lord.
We learned so much here.
I know,
You know,
right?
there's so much.
Where do we cross the line?
Where?
About
there a line?
eight-
Is there a line?
here.
About 8 years ago when we used to do this
maybe.
before the microphones, yes. Which is why we started to add the microphones.
Yep.
So,
Our poor person that deals with our, our recordings.
yes.
Yeah.
Stop it right
The
there.
one that,
He works hard.
He does work hard.
For the money.
Easy.
There's no way
rebels over here about to.
There's no way we would be worldwide if it wasn't for him.
No,
That's
no,
true.
he does a great job.
Yep.
We getting our stuff out there because I don't know how I know how to do this. I know how to set this stuff up. I know how to do the recording. I know how at the last minute going, hey, we got 2 extra people this year. All right, let me figure out how to get those mics on. Okay, do that. That's what I'm good at. I have no idea how to put it online.
He's good at what he does.
But
that's for sure.
if you wanted to learn, I'm sure you could.
I probably could.
I bring my sparkling personality to this, and I think that's a big contribution. So you're all welcome.
It truly is.
You're all welcome.
Well, you know,
You're welcome, world.
I think they were all
We are
here
so blessed.
a complete year before I was invited to join the fold.
No, because we
Was it
started
a
doing
year?
this in
we only
July.
started
That's
doing
not
this
true.
last July.
Yeah.
All right, so they
You
were
were
here
about-
6 months
Yeah.
without me.
Yeah. And then we realized something was missing, and we wanted to bring you in.
Yeah.
Here I is. And then I just bring the add-ons.
There you go.
Which is
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Which is absolutely
We
Got
fantastic.
one of everything in our family.
That's what your pap used to say. I got girls like I got boys, I got girls, I got one of everything.
And we added the gays. Now you really have one of everything.
There you go. Now, as we got into that.
Yeah.
ahead.
Now
Fire
away.
we're going to no, seriously. There were some questions that I was
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
at the end of the last one, and
Fire up.
and now we had our fun, and not that we're going to stop having fun because that's why we do this. But
You're on the hot seat.
back.
Let's shift our focus.
And-
Every seat I sit in is the hot seat.
Oh.
I'm here.
There we go.
Well played.
You be taking inventory.
Well played.
All you alphas out there, listen up.
Dear God.
The wide world of sports is going on here.
Dang, you just took that to a real bad place.
I just took that to a real dark place.
Fire away.
So, one of the things that got mentioned, I'm like, oh, we're going to save that for the next one. The pronouns. Why do we need more than
I understand the need for the she, her, he, him for transgendered people. I understand the need for that, for clarification, because there are some men that no matter how much work they get done, no matter how many hormones you inject them with, they just look like men.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And the opposite. It goes both ways with that.
Correct. There are women who just will never look masculine.
Right.
Definitely agree with that. I don't personally understand the they, them. It's a plural pronoun. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And see, I was brought up a lot, not just by my mom, but also by my aunt, who was not only just an English teacher, she was head of the English department for the school, for the high school. I have a very hard time saying they. I won't actually. There's no. It's not really not that hard a time for me. But I have a hard time seeing it, and I refuse to say they or them for an individual person. I just won't.
struggle with
I just
it.
won't.
I try to respect everyone's pronouns because if you want me to call you something, I will call you that. If you directly tell me, like, this is how I want to be referred to, I don't care what it is.
And I
will try to respect that.
And I try to also, but I just can't also
hard.
go allow everything that I grew up learning.
They, them is a hard plural.
Yeah.
What about Zer?
I won't even use that.
These
That's
are,
not even
I
real.
didn't even know was a thing until this whole Demi Lovato freak out that happened.
Well, she is a freak too.
Well, honestly, drugs will do that to you.
Yeah, that's
So will overdosing and having, a couple minutes lacking in brain function.
Brain damage happens.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
mean, you know what? If that's how she feels about herself, that's fine. She's come back out and changed her pronouns since then. She was Zer, then she changed back to she, they, I think are her pronouns now. I don't know. For me personally, I was born female. I am female. I want to be addressed as a female, but I don't feel like I need to add my pronouns out there for people to know that.
Yeah.
So, like, at work, where I work, they offered that formatting for our signature. I did not partake in that. My name is Shannon. It's a unisex name. I know,
Actually, it is.
I know
Yeah.
men named Shannon.
Yep.
But when you look at my picture, I
told you.
have makeup
No, I knew
on.
that.
I have long hair. I have boobs. I am a woman. You can address me. If you think I look manly, call me bro, call me dude. Like, I'll respond to that too. But I'm female, and I don't feel like I need to tell you that I'm a female. I think I look like a female, so that's just my personal take on it.
My work did the same thing too, where they were like, "Oh, put your pronouns in," and in the back of my mind, all I could think of is if everyone does this, then the people who don't want to put their pronouns out there for whatever reason are going to feel like such a spotlight on them. And it's interesting because it loops back to that Tampa.
Loops to what I said. Yeah, it's
thing.
like all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, then you must have a problem with all
exactly.
It's like, no, I just don't have the damn time or inclination to go through that shit and try to pick something.
I already have like the perfect argument in case anybody tries to argue with me about.
Oh, let me guess. With you, it's like, you drop dead.
No, actually, I have formulated this brilliant discussion. This brilliant discussion of you are forcing me to out myself and making me feel uncomfortable. Fight me, woke people. What do you got now? Nothing.
Yeah.
If it's such a big deal to somebody, I feel like they should have the right to express that.
Yeah.
Express it.
And go ahead.
Don't make me put my pronouns on something because it's not something that I have ever felt. That
right.
I don't know what it feels like to feel like I was born in the wrong body or a body that doesn't feel like it properly portrays who
Look
I
at
am
me.
as a human.
I should have been born into a skinny body, but what the hell?
I
you don't see me bitter about it.
I identify as a rich person, so I'll be requiring that people give me money to...
Yes.
It's a good idea.
I'm gonna need a 3,000 square foot house and someone to pay my taxes, please.
I need to be a multimillionaire.
Just remember, somebody still has to clean a 3,000 foot, and that ain't me.
I identify as rich, which means that comes with a cleaner.
You can identify as being able to hire somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, good point.
Landscaper.
Yeah.
Landscape. Oh, by the way, speaking of landscaping, I got to talk to you about stuff afterwards.
I walked past that and I was
actually,
like, ooh.
Anytime you want, man, because I don't do that. I'm Scottish. I'm not Mexican.
Oh, there it was. I knew it was coming. Oh, jeez.
That's inappropriate.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got to talk to Robot about it because he and I are going to actually tag team that, and then we need to sit down and map out what you want where in your garden.
Oop, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different tag team. Never mind. You like that?
Good, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Back again.
I like that commercial that they were doing for a while. Remember that? Yeah, with the ice cream. I thought that was awesome.
I thought it was great too.
See, I feel like sometimes I miss out on the commercials because I don't watch that much TV.
Same.
I read a lot.
Not the reading part, but I don't watch TV that much.
What do you do?
She's
Me?
a workaholic.
I do. I work a ton.
Okay.
I work a ton.
Yeah.
Between my regular job and then I still work very part-time for the jewelry store. So.
Oh, cool.
And she has
And I coach.
Doodle at least once a week. At least once a week she has the little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my niece and I coach softball.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You do keep pretty busy.
Wait,
I'm
So
busy.
this
A
person
gay
has
woman coaching softball? How
Who
the
would
hell did
ever
that
thought
happen?
of that one? Yeah,
no children.
I'm
no
sorry.
children around. She's coaching.
I warned you. It's like my sense of humor just goes right
okay.
there. It's
Sorry, I thought about it while I was painting, and I was like, this seems like an appropriate activity to go and do this podcast after. So
right after we were demolishing our bathroom. Yeah. Household projects. I think that's why the parents feel comfortable letting their kids learn from me because I'm gay and, it just makes it easier, lesbians play softball. It's just like
who better to teach a kid?
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you what. I actually, when I flip through the TV and I'm not really, I'm just looking to see what's on, and I see women's softball. I find it fast because those guys whip those balls and they kill somebody. I'm sorry,
89
man.
miles an hour
It's like-
underhand.
That's
No
crazy.
way.
It makes the MLB players look like a bunch of pussies.
I've watched a Division I athlete strike out a
Holy
Major League Baseball
crap.
player. It's
Really?
happened. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I got a
there's
lot of
videos it.
respect
Oh,
for
wow.
that. I got a lot of respect for that.
Get a
think
quick
women in-
rise pitch.
Yeah.
Strike them right out. They don't see it coming.
Women in general work really hard to prove their worth.
Yeah, because we have to.
I do.
If we're
I think
not 10 times better than the lowest performing or the highest performing man, we're viewed as inadequate for the job.
and that's just not cool.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. No, it's not.
I get told all the time by my other half that he would not want my job. He wouldn't want what I do every day in our house to
Carpal tunnel
maintain
wouldn't last.
the household. Between the shopping and the laundry and the cleaning and the scrubbing and and just mental notes of all the things that it requires
Oh,
to
yeah,
keep
the
your
mental
household
load.
running.
Yeah.
He was like, there's no way. Mm-hmm. There's no way.
You know what? That's actually a huge feature in the conversations that I have with Robot with my son. Because here's the thing is when I say bring something in, what I mean is bring it in, unpack it, put the garbage where it needs to go, put the thing where it needs to go.
Right. I shouldn't have to explain the steps. You should know without
Exactly.
being told.
And he's getting to that point now. He's 15, almost 16, where I say, hey, bring in the chewy stuff. He knows, unpack it, put it in the closet, put the boxes out in the bin. Like, we're getting there.
So you're raising him to be somebody's
He
counterpart,
yeah.
somebody's
He is not going to be
partner.
some poor woman's
nightmare.
whatever number child.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. At least not by my raising. If he chooses to be that way when he grows up, hey, that's on him. But it's not going to be
how he was being raised.
Yeah, it's not going to be because of me. No.
That's a huge tribute to you as a mother.
Recently, he just started getting the cooking bug. I can't tell you
I
how
love
exciting
that.
that is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I want to make fried chicken. I'm like, dude, I've been cooking a long time. I still mess up fried chicken. Pick something easier.
Fried chicken's hard.
Fried chicken's
I like
hard.
to. I like
Let
to
him
cook and
start
fried
now. By the
chicken.
time he's 20, he's going to be
Perfect.
Yeah.
fantastic.
Exactly.
I
That's what
started
told him.
cooking
I'm
when
like,
I was 10 years old. Yeah, I
I've
enjoyed
made
it.
him cook with me like once or twice a week just so he gets the hand of like chopping and how to prep stuff and the timing and everything else. Because he was always like, Mom, how do you go in the kitchen and you just know when things are done? I don't use a
smell it.
timer. Yeah, I know
Well,
when
you
it's
know
done.
fall times too, so that's easy for you.
I don't know how to thaw anything. That's
Yes.
your job.
No, that's your
It's frozen lasagna.
Yeah, frozen lasagna for you.
That frigid woman you've been dating. No.
Wow.
Never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't be scared now.
As you see, we take it easy on each other. We're very gentle.
I'm
You know
still
what I
confused as why you guys think fried chicken's hard.
Because
it
no
is.
one makes it like you.
Did you ever serve someone raw chicken in your life?
Listen,
That's why you're not worried about
I'm going to tell
That's
you.
one of the reasons I don't make
I
fried
serve-
chicken because I cannot stand handling raw chicken. I can't even look at it when you pull it
He
out of
won't
the
even
package
eat it.
and you see those little stringy I'm like.
It's because you have to
I can't
clean
do it,
your
I can't
chicken.
do it, I
Yes.
can't do
Yes.
it.
You
Oh,
have
oh,
to
oh.
wash your chicken.
Yeah, but
it is a thing.
But even to get to that point,
Fun fact, white people
won't
don't
touch
wash
it.
their chicken.
Excuse me.
You may be the exception to the rule.
I absolutely do, and I soak my dishes in bleach in the sink like a civilized human being who was not raised entirely.
There's
with
that Libra
wolves.
trait.
Same. Same.
You can't eat at everybody's house. That's the lesson to take away from this here. You cannot eat at everybody's house. If you ask them, hey, how do you clean the chicken? And they're like, what do you mean? Don't eat there.
Can't help you.
When I make fried chicken, usually about 12 to 15 pounds.
That's what
Last
Matt's
one
coming.
day. Best. Last one day at best.
Ripple smells a disturbance in the force, and I'll get a text message, is there chicken? And I will reply, yes. And he will drive 6 hours to come get 3 pounds of chicken.
When I make fried chicken, I go to the drive-thru
There
at
you
Kentucky
go.
Fried.
They make
I
fried
can't
chicken,
eat that stuff anymore. Like when you have
It's
good
changed,
fried chicken,
it's
you can't
changed.
even eat the fast crap
So
anymore.
what day of the week do you make fried chicken?
Because we're all coming to your house.
Well, I know it's not Mondays because we know what she does on Mondays.
I'm blowing my No, it's so funny because when I need something done and I need a man to do something, I open up the window and let the waft of food go over to Doc's house. And he'll go,
Yeah, what that is.
And then depending on how the wind blows,
That's a
I'll,
cry for
I'll
help,
appear in the
Doc.
driveway. Just drive up like I sensed there was food here. I know I'm correct.
Some women make phone calls or scream out the window. Not her. She just opens it up and lets the food do the talking. Man needed smelly.
my oldest son called me and he says, can you make stuffed pork chops for me? I'm like, sure, not a problem. Just let
When
me
are
know
you
when you're
coming?
coming.
When is this happening?
Yeah, when is that?
I'm
What are you
just-
stuffing
I'm just
them with?
curious.
JB.
I like an apple stuffing for them. It comes out
Oh, that
really
sounds
well.
So I'm going to give you my
sounds
phone number.
great.
Yeah,
Let me
Actually,
tell
that
you,
When
she
sounds
made
good.
family
some,
dinner is.
she made some chicken. What, about a month ago? You
that
brought
was
it
awesome.
3
here?
weeks ago.
Oh God,
Marry
that
me
was,
chicken. Oh,
yeah.
my
that was
God.
fantastic.
The recipe that they have online doesn't work for me because I have this weird thing that I can usually reproduce something except for Petey's lasagna.
which is banging.
It's dog food.
Not frozen.
It's not dog food. You make really good
You
lasagna.
make better
Lasagna's
lasagna.
banging. No, that's awesome.
She makes better lasagna than I do. And there are some things that I can just know and smell and taste. And, I'm conscious about texture and things that have to get done. And I looked at the recipe and I went, that's wrong. But I made it, and I thought it was decent. So
It was so good. It was so good. Robot at 2:00 in the morning was in the kitchen making noises, and I'm like, did I get robbed by a weird dude who's like eating all this shit in my fridge? Because I didn't know what that noise was. I'm not usually awake at 2 a.m. I don't want nothing to do with that time. Come downstairs, get a little snacky snack, just a sandwich and a chips, and like maybe half a pie. Just a little snack.
Just a small snack.
A small snack just to tide me over until breakfast, guys. I come in. What the hell is that?
It's like a scene from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I peek my head in there. Both elbows down on the table. Head bowed, eating right out of the tin. I'm like, huh.
Yep, like it's an old trowel.
So Nana's food is gone. There's no more of that. Good thing I already had a sandwich and the half a pie and the chips and the cookie.
he likes my mushroom soup.
He does.
Oh, your
yours is the
mushroom
only
soup is
mushroom soup he
fabulous.
will eat. He will not eat mushroom soup made yours is the only cooking that we'll eat for a lot of
Your
particular
soups,
things.
period, are good. You
Yeah.
are very good at making
I
soups.
love
That's an
soup.
art, and you are very good at it.
I like my Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, those
You
are
ever get
awesome.
them from IKEA?
Are they good?
Yeah.
They're good. IKEA sells Swedish meatballs.
Do they really?
Really?
No
Never
kidding.
heard
Hell with your homemade Swedish meatballs.
No, I'm
Have you
sure
tried
yours
them
are
from
much
IKEA?
better than IKEA, but IKEA sells Swedish meatballs.
I didn't know that.
First of all, I was not an IKEA shopper like 4 years ago. My cousin moved in with us for a brief period of time while he was selling a house and buying another house. And he was like, "We're going to IKEA," and I was like, "He's like, I'm so excited for these meatballs." We get
all the way down by Philly, though.
We get all the way
Yeah,
down to
that's
IKEA.
Bloody
Well,
hell.
it's COVID, so the cafeteria was closed, and he was like, "My meatballs!"
Oh,
so
I
he bought
forgot.
this
I
bag
heard
of,
they
like,
had a cafeteria. I
frozen
forgot about
meatballs.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they make them there. They're pretty good. I'm sure
kidding.
yours are much better. But
Probably better than, probably
as an
better than their
alternative for
crap
people that are
furniture.
listening, IKEA sells Swedish meatballs.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
Except
know
for
that
their
either.
crap
I didn't
furniture.
either. I would have
Well,
never
learn
thought to
something
go
new.
eat something at IKEA.
IKEA
right?
is
Neither.
it's an experience. If you have never been,
It is.
I have
I've
never
been.
I love it.
It is.
They
It
sell
is.
rainbow bags for Pride.
There you go, IKEA.
We have one in our house.
We do.
I go antiquing and look for things.
I shop on the online yard sale all the time.
If you've never been to an IKEA, it's very interesting because their spatial capacity is less overseas. So their rooms are made with things that are less like bulky
and
Right.
multi-purpose.
Everything comes in a small package, so like
Flat
you could buy
packed.
a whole room and pack it in the back of your car and
Yeah.
drive it home,
Wow,
put it
that's
together.
It's all flat
That's
pack
neat.
stuff, but then you have to suffer through putting it together.
There
Yeah.
are a lot of
And if you can't
pieces.
follow directions and look at pictures, you're
You're
in trouble.
rude.
We just kind of eyeball it and hope that the pieces fit together.
And it works.
It does usually.
One of my first cars was a 1966 Corvair convertible. I packed my entire flat in that car because the trunk is in the front.
Yeah.
And it was great because I had a dual exhaust. It was great. I
Yeah.
love that car.
I was down to IKEA a long time ago with a friend of mine who's no longer with us, and it's like it was something else. It was yeah.
It's only gotten
We didn't
bigger.
eat down there though. But
Yeah.
There's a
The
lot of
kids take me
ideas.
all kinds of places. I'm like, you're going where? I'm coming with you.
IKEA is great. I love it. Found some really good pieces there. And they're not like crazy priced, which is nice.
yeah, no, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
There's this on Reels. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
They have this Asian woman who does all these really cool things. And they have these contraptions that make things and build things and dispenses things. And I'm going, I want to know where she gets them. And they never say. And I get so disappointed. I'm like, there should be in credits or something. Nothing.
Yeah.
Creators make they make like Amazon lists now
Yeah.
when you go and they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
I
wish
have
list.
this and this, and they're like, oh, if you go to my link tree, there's
Yeah,
a
the
whole
link tree.
a whole wish list from Amazon. Amazon's also great. Thank you, Jeffrey Bezos.
Dick Rocket. I snuck that into the last episode, and I don't think anyone heard it.
I did not catch that. Last one?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that at all.
She mentioned Jeffrey Bezos, and I was like, Dick Rocket.
I don't remember her mentioning that one.
Snuck it in there.
That is what it looks like.
Jeffrey Bezos.
I didn't even catch that
I
one.
have an Amazon problem.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The other day,
Matter of fact, the extra equipment I needed for you to get you guys on is where it came last night.
the other day I was working from home and my Alexa lit up and it was like doo 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 doo. I was like, dang, I got so many packages on the front porch.
It's like Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I order so
Petey
much
and I are
stuff I
both
don't even remember what's coming.
Yeah, Petey and I are both the same way.
No, we're not.
No.
Okay, I'm the same way.
I bought shoes for work.
Oh my God.
You bought
Shoes.
equipment. I bought shoes.
Shoes.
Okay, we're a little bit the same.
I buy cat litter because my mailman hates me.
And you
so
hate
funny.
him.
Which is why you buy cat
mutual
litter.
hate litter.
And I watch him
that
truck
fat-
it up
so
and
that fat
swear
guy has
and
to
carry it on. I'm going, ha
carry it
ha,
up
next
the
time you
stairs.
shut your mouth.
Oh, I think that's funny.
And I buy those 50-pound bags just to watch him sweat.
Take that, dickweed.
Exactly. Exactly. Talk shit, I'm going to find a way.
It's got to be horrible to be a postal carrier. I couldn't imagine doing that job.
Yeah,
I mean,
didn't
after a
used
while,
do
to be
it.
honest, I would just start yeeting people's mail in
That's
interesting
why
places.
they call it going postal.
Yeah. No, I believe it.
I just think of the awful tan lines. Have you ever seen a mailman's
Uniform?
No, the lines from their socks when they take them
and
off.
their shorts, yeah.
No, I
Talking about a farmer's tan is way worse. A postman's tan, they have like solid lines on their arms.
And then
They
6
have
inches of shins.
6
Oh my God.
Doc, you got thoughts on that?
No.
Wait, no, I want to know your
my
thoughts on that.
afternoons were
I used to
filled
be a
with,
postman.
oh my God, slam.
Did you have a harsh tan line?
I did.
Yes, see?
6 inches of shins.
Can't help it. You're just walking around, man. You gotta get those tan lines.
Do you
Yeah.
have to wear the socks like that?
He did it because he liked it.
No.
All right.
It's just how all the other guys are dressed.
Everyone's doing their socks
wanna
like
be
this,
the
Mom.
same.
I want to fit in with my friends.
When you
No.
backed into the garage, all the
I
spiders.
did that
Oh,
one
yeah.
time.
Oh, no.
Look what I can do.
Knocked the stop sign down once. Yeah.
Only once?
No, just one time.
I feel like it was more than once.
No, just one time.
Sure?
Many afternoons were, oh my God, slam.
Yeah,
I killed it.
I know why people say they go postal for sure. That'll drive you nuts.
I've heard that's a difficult job.
Yeah, it sucks. Actually, the going out and delivering the mail is the easy part. The other part behind the scenes sucks.
That's sorting.
Yeah.
What inspired
Sorting and,
you?
and loading the truck and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
What inspired you to even take a job at the post office?
Because it was
Good pay and benefits.
Yeah, well, the job I applied for was just every Saturday. So it was every Saturday. I got one route, and I did it. Except you were on call every day, which I didn't know about. So at every day at 4 or 5, you had to wake up and wait to see if you were called in. Because if the regulars called out, you had to go in no matter what, like no matter where you were. So that part.
Oh,
I
who would
dare
want a job
somebody
like
to tell me
that?
at 4
Yeah,
o'clock
that
in the
was it.
morning I need to put pants on and leave my house.
Yeah. Well,
Criminal.
What if they told you had to leave the house but didn't have to put pants on? You okay with that?
Then you're okay.
Are they going to give me a breakfast sandwich?
You don't want paper cuts.
Where do you think I'm putting the mail? It already comes pre-sealed.
Talk about your special delivery.
I'm going to be washing my hands every time I pick mail up. Big time.
When they
Warm,
changed
fluffy water.
the bulk mail, I used to get really aggravated because we'd have to take it from the newspaper over there. We had to get it checked at certain one place, and we got to go over and pay for it in another place, and then come back with it to the other place and drop it off, and then we had to bring it back with us to drop it off at our regular post office. And I'm like, this is some bullshit.
It is that system for the bulk mail. I mean,
Oh,
when I was master of my lodge, my Masonic lodge, it's like what we had to do to just send out our monthly
newsletter.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
Master of the Lodge.
That's why I was so happy for email.
BJ at the Louvre.
He's not doing so hot.
No?
Give him a big shout
No,
out.
really?
What's wrong with
BJ?
BJ?
He had some health issues.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lack of
so-
BJ?
Yeah, I miss him. No, not lack of BJ.
no, we're suffering from that because he can't be here because he's not feeling good.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's necessarily suffering.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah,
He's a really nice person.
Yeah, he is.
But you know who is up?
What?
Francis.
Really?
Really?
Francis?
Who's Francis?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is he going to get back with
Francis?
Carol?
Mr. Hollywood.
Oh,
God, is he
wow.
going to get back with
Mr.
Carol?
Hollywood.
No.
Good.
I remember Mr. Hollywood.
He's married. He was
She
out.
passed.
She passed. She passed away in September.
I just found
God,
found
I
this
didn't know.
out
Yeah, I didn't know
recently. I
either.
thought you knew. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think they told
didn't
me
know.
last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's up.
Oh,
He's going
no.
to stay at his niece's, and then she's taking him on a cruise.
Oh,
So-
wow, that's
Good
cool.
for him.
We should get him in here.
Yeah, we should.
I
Get
would
him in here.
love
He's
to.
such a nice guy.
Let me know when we're
That
planning
man
on
can
having him
cook.
in because
That man can cook.
he's a personality, but I find that he and I get along
I know
best
you're
when I'm
talking about.
severely
Scotch
inebriated.
eggs,
Really?
chocolate
Yes.
trifle. Yeah.
I feel like I get his sense of humor better then. The rest of the time I'm like, what page are you on? What book are you in? Where are we?
He was stationed in Great Britain for a very long time.
Particularly Scotland.
Yes. So he has the most wonderful stories and
Oh,
fantastic
great stories.
photos.
And the recipes he brought back with him for like the Scotch eggs. And
Yeah,
the
he does
trifle
make
and stuff.
incredible
Oh,
trifle
that man
and
can
Scotch
cook.
eggs. Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
So we were watching. We were on the phone and we were watching Are You Being Served, which we happen to like, and it's hilarious. It's a hilarious show. So we watch a lot of British TV together. And Hyacinth, love Hyacinth. So it was fun.
Aren't you allergic to those flowers?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I thought so.
But it was the name of a character.
Yeah.
Really
It
smelly.
was fun. Yeah. That was interesting. So I had some
Yeah.
questions.
Here we go.
Yes,
here we go.
That's what we were doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel when somebody denies you service because of I don't even know how the words are.
Because of who I sleep with.
Yes.
I have not personally experienced it.
Okay.
I have people ask me all the time if she's my sister. And I'm like, well, that would be really awkward.
I think the response we normally have is, I sure hope not.
Yeah. I haven't. I've been lucky enough to not experience that in my life. I have in my retail experience have had gay couples come in to buy engagement rings, and they come in with these uncomfortable stories about how they went into another location to shop for engagement rings, and somebody assumed they were friends shopping.
Wow.
As opposed to them picking out engagement rings for one another. And, unfortunately, that robs that very special moment
Yes,
from
it
those
does.
people. So I think I'm very careful when I've been behind the counter selling diamonds to make sure that I am clarifying the relationship of whoever is in front of me. I don't care if you're two men, two women. I had a manager when I was 20, and she said to me, I don't care if you're marrying a horse. If you want to buy that horse a big-ass diamond, you come and you see me, and I will sell you a big-ass diamond. I don't care who you're giving it to.
I never realized you met my ex.
I was talking about your sister.
No, that's just whore. Without this,
But yeah, I don't think that it's necessarily right for someone to deny service.
like
but,
she's ever going to listen to this show.
You never know.
But I think as a business owner, if that's something that you personally feel is profitable to draw a line for yourself, then more power to you. I'm not going to give you an attitude, but
She'll be sure to tell all the family, and it'll be like the old Herbal Essence commercials. They'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends.
but that's the
so
reality
on,
of it.
so on.
Unfortunately, that's how you destroy your business, by being
Narrow.
narrow-minded. My money is just as green as a straight person's.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Shouldn't matter, but that's not to say that there aren't people who will do that. If you are that firm in your beliefs that you feel justified in denying service to somebody because of their personal relationship with somebody, then I hope your business doesn't go under from that. But if it does, then that's what you get.
I heard somewhere, good news spreads fast, bad news spreads faster.
Yes, it does.
So
Yeah,
it's that
that's
one of
true.
those deals where if you are not polite and nice, you're in a business where you're taking money. So why would you turn down anybody's money? You're in business to make a profit.
Yeah.
Right.
So, do you care that much that you're going to turn down putting money in your pocket, padding your own nest? That's just kind of sad
That's true.
because she's going to leave your store having purchased from you or not purchased from you, and you're probably never going to see this person again. Or if you do and it was a great experience, you will continue to have them come in and purchase things from you. So the choice is yours.
I'm a really good customer anywhere that I go.
She tips well.
I do tip well. Even if you're shitty, I tip well. I tip even better if you are not shitty. So,
Oh yeah.
but I don't, I don't know.
What do you think that the Alphabet Mafia should be doing better?
In terms of
education, experiences, where can people who are in the not asshole but ally group, what can we do to make you feel included but not excluded?
again, I don't know. I don't think I've ever felt excluded because of who I love. I've been very lucky in my life to have not experienced a lot of discrimination for things like that. I think as allies to the community, what you can do is if you see something that's not above board, open your mouth. Don't sit back and let somebody discriminate against somebody in front of you, but it's not your job to go knock down doors and make people think differently.
I mean, a lot of people take it upon themselves to do that.
Yeah.
It's not your job. If you don't like me, it better be for more than a reason just because I'm gay.
Yeah, there's so many good reasons to hate people.
Right.
Hating
Yeah,
someone because
that's not one of
I
them.
have
or
lots
their
of
sen-
things that would piss people off.
I mean,
and not
hating
make
someone
them get
because of their
along
skin color or their sexuality or, things like that. Like,
Well,
that's so
maybe skin
cheap.
color.
Like, Jesus, Madman.
I'll take turns beating with a
Somebody
bat.
had to say, you know me, I can't
There's
let
so many
I
other
know.
good reasons to hate people, though. Like, taking that stance and just hating someone because of, like, those reasons just seems cheap.
If you're going to put my sexuality on a pedestal, you better make sure that everything you do is the most vanilla sex of your life so I don't have anything to have a problem with. Just saying. There are people who have different boundaries behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. I don't need to know about whether you like to be tied up or any of that. It's not my business. I mean, if you like it, great for you. I don't think it's a bad time, but like, you don't need
Your
to know
mom
that. I know my. She gave birth to me. She knows how it works. I'm just saying. I mean, like, if you're gonna go as far as to worry about who I'm sleeping with, then it's the same thing as.
Please don't.
Oh wow.
Velvet rope. Check.
I don't know. I don't
Soft
know.
fuzzy handcuffs.
Check.
I have those. Thank you.
One of the things I liked about Bea Arthur from the Golden Girls, and she's done many, many wonderful roles, is that she personally funded places for people who tried to come out and their families disowned them, and they had a place to stay. And that's one of the biggest things that I like, that we can get to participate in things like that. And I was trying to find out, how do you feel about something, and where is the best place that I can put my dollars, because that's important to me. I know with certain friends of mine, this is the AIDS Foundation that I'm going to give to. This is the prevention. This is the police station that doesn't have money for rape test kits. That's where I want to put my money.
Yeah. I mean, I think any organization along those lines is great. I think anything that puts back into the community to allow for that safe space, whether it's therapeutic services, community outreach services, housing projects, whatever it is, those are all great ways to give back to the community, just to make people feel like they have that resource to reach out to. There's so many people who get disowned by their family, and that's just final discouragement for them. They give up right there because it's, you know, that's your family. That's who's supposed to love you. And if your family's not going to love you, who's going to?
And both Rebel and I have put this out on our personal Facebook pages. If your family has disowned you and you have no one to sit with, you come sit with us.
You come sit with us. If you don't have any place to go for Christmas, you do now. Come to mine.
Well, that's again, I've been very lucky. That's how my family is. Any of my friends that I've had for a decade plus that have come out and don't have strong relationships with their family, they walk through my mom's doors and it's, hey mom, how you doing? And she's, do you want a snack? Did you eat today? Do you need something to drink? You know, she sits and she talks to them and she gives them words of encouragement to let them know that even if their own family is not there to support them, that she is there and that my family is an extension of that. So I've been very lucky that my mom has an open door policy. I have an open door policy. That's how it is. If you're part of my friend group, you're part of my family. And if you're part of an extension of that, you're part of my family and my door is open. And unless you do something to personally offend me, I'm not going to close you out. So, I've been very lucky to grow up in an area that has pride events, that has, you know, we had Diamonds, we had Stonewall, which closed down unfortunately a couple years
I
ago.
DJ'd there several times back in the old days.
I drank there many times.
Yeah, that place was a lot of fun.
But, you know,
they
were 18 plus, so there were a lot of, you know, younger members of the LGBTQ plus community that came out and had that place as a resource to go and watch drag shows, to go and do fun competitions and just go and make friends and shoot pool and sing karaoke and do all of those things. And you know, they started doing a pride event down in Easton by the river every year. I have friends that have DJ'd that every year. I have lots of friends that are heavily involved in all of those things that come through the area, whether it's here or Allentown or Bethlehem or wherever we wind up. But
all of that's new for me.
She
like
didn't
moving
grow up
down
where
here.
that was.
So yeah, no, I mean my high school was significantly smaller, but like anybody who like came out after high school, but it was never a conversation when we were in school. These two guys that were in my grade, like, were very clearly gay. And then went and spent some time together in, like, one of the practice rooms of our, like, chorus room. And people found out, and then they were just, like, talked about nonstop about it. But, like, we didn't have events or it wasn't a discussion or any of that. And then I don't know. Like, it's been not weird, like bad weird, but
I've
like
corrupted her.
Yeah, we go to different things and like it's neat to be able to do those things, because even going back up to like go visit my parents in the town that I grew up in, the most that you see is like, you know, we care, and then it's like a sign that they stick into the ground that's got the flag on it, but like that's the extent of it. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Yeah, she didn't grow up where there were under 21 clubs, where there were drag shows, where you have to drive 40 minutes from where she lives, which you can't do at 15, 16, 17 years old when you're trying to figure all of that out. And in a smaller...
So I drove 3.5 hours instead.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already in the car. What's the difference?
Yep. So it's definitely been fun introducing her to pride events, pride parades, drag shows, giving her first couple of dollars to hand to a drag queen while she's performing. Oh, it's amazing. She was terrified.
I was like, I don't want anybody to take a picture. And then actually there's a photographer there.
I didn't take a picture, but there was a photographer at the club that night that has, so now she's on that page, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and she has an older cousin who's also gay, and he lives all the way in Maine, and he is very involved in all of those. He does drag shows, and well, he participates in drag shows. He's a very tall man. He would look very awkward in drag.
He can come sit next to me. He'll be fine.
Oh, he's
over
like,
7 feet.
Yeah, he's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a tall man.
Yeah.
He's a tall
Depending
man.
on what convenience store in heels, we'll be fine.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even when we were younger, though, he was not out with it. He had a Beyonce poster in his bedroom for the longest time, and he would always be like, "Isn't she beautiful?" And I was like, I mean, I guess. What a weird thing to say to me. But yeah.
I really feel like that more than anything is a sign.
Yeah, right? I think the bleach tips did it for me too, but you know.
I think almost everyone went through a bleach tip stage.
My gay
didn't
cousin
they?
also
Yeah.
had bleach tips.
Yeah, well, he bleached his tips too when he lived with us temporarily.
Yeah.
So there's that. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't as much of a conversation. So that's been an adjustment, like in my adult life, for it to be more of a conversation.
Yeah, I've definitely found it interesting to try and burst her out of her bubble because I grew up where it was just like whatever, like whoever you like, whatever you like, as long as they're not a shitty human being to you, that is fine. That was not her experience at all. So sometimes I'm like, let's go do this, and she's like, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, what's the hesitation? And it's just like she's got to burst herself out of that bubble because it's not how she was raised. She wasn't allowed to be.
No, I mean,
she didn't feel comfortable being
yeah,
openly.
I mean, it was always like
gay in
I don't care
people's
who you
faces.
love, if they're purple, green, whatever it is that they are, that's fine. But it was still never like a conversation topic. So.
Mm-hmm.
There are many places it's still illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that. My cousin and he's not with his partner anymore, but he had gone to Jamaica on a vacation. He was like, we couldn't even leave the resort
Wow.
because if they find out you're gay and you're off a resort, they'll kill you. Can you imagine? Like, and that's somewhere where we spend lots of money to vacation as Americans, and you can't even leave the resort as an openly gay human being without fearing for your life. Some form of imprisonment or death.
There are some resorts in Jamaica where straight, gay doesn't matter. You just don't want to leave the resort because you're going to get killed.
Well, I mean, it's interesting though because we've
that
like,
even more so. Yes.
Yeah, we've talked like
Then
very
they think
very
they have a
briefly
reason.
about destination weddings, and then like looking into that too, like a lot of those tropical islands and things like that, that's a whole
they don't support it,
right? So then at that point, like what's the
point? Why spend money there?
Right.
Yeah.
They want to be a certain way, they can have that certain amount of money.
Yeah, I don't want to worry about having to be arrested or kidnapped or killed just for getting married somewhere. I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm good with that.
We could be security detail, Doc.
I know where to get some guns. Just saying.
Me too.
So do you think, okay, so there's what I've been reading now, this new movie that came out, Buzz Lightyear, right? So are you familiar with this?
I have not.
I've not watched it.
So Buzz Lightyear is a new movie coming out, and it's banned in a bunch of countries across the world because in it there's a same-sex kiss, and I don't know if it's two women.
No,
or
it's
two men.
Buzz. It's Buzz and some. Yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on that? Is that something you're like, okay, I think this should be out and it should be okay for everyone to watch this and be accepted, or do you think there's a place and a you know what I mean?
I will start, and then I will let you answer however
I
you
gotta
feel
think
comfortable.
about how-
Sometimes we defer on these things.
Apparently, there's a number of countries that have just banned the movie altogether.
I think we are trying to take kids' childhoods away from them.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
think
that.
we're trying to impose political opinions
Yeah, I agree with
on
that.
things on their kids.
Right.
There was a point in time where if a boy and a girl kissed on Disney Channel, it was like
Right.
the biggest thing. Like, I have to watch this movie. They're gonna kiss. It's gonna be so amazing. Like, we don't need to introduce things like that to kids. My personal opinion. They're children. We shouldn't be introducing any kind of sexual undertone, any kind of sexual orientation, things like that. And now there's a big debate going on right now with whether or not we should educate children in school on the LGBTQ plus community. And personally, I feel like if you have a gay teacher, your teacher should not be forced to not talk about their life. You know, you go to school, and I remember growing up and having teachers show me their wives and their kids and, you know, or their husbands and their children, and that was normal. And now it's not so unheard of that you have, you know, gay couples that are married, because that's, you know, been a thing since 2011. Gay couples can get married. It's completely normal.
Yep.
And it's, you know, don't need any kind of special permission for it. I don't think we should shame our educators into keeping things like that from students. They should be able to share so that way they can build that trust and that bond with their students like they always have been able to. I don't think we need to sit in class and go over gender pronouns and gender reassignments and get into the nitty gritty of relationships because they're children. We shouldn't be encouraging small kids to get into relationships with anybody on a serious level. We should just let them be kids.
Right.
Let them watch shows, let them watch movies. You know, I don't think that we should necessarily like ban things like that from coming up in TV, because that's how we introduce kids to these larger concepts, you know, death, loss, love, relationships, children, marriage, those types of ideologies. I think those are all things that, for as long as movies have been made, those things have been introduced to people. So I don't think that we should necessarily curve it. But I feel like we're just trying to shove things down kids' throats.
That's exactly what my issue is. A lot of this stuff, like the thing with the Buzz Lightyear movies, that Disney is definitely trying to.
Well, some people feel that they are shoving it down, but other people think that it's a great stride or a good step.
Name,
you know what I mean?
One Toy Story movie where he was ever any kind of romantically interested.
None at all.
Right, he was not one of those characters.
He was romantically interested in Jessie.
Right.
Woody was.
Woody was with Bo Peep, but Buzz was with Jessie.
That's right.
With Jessie,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're changing the whole storyline.
Right.
For what?
And the funny thing is, you're changing the storyline, and technically, from what I understand about this movie, it's like the origin story of Buzz Lightyear before
that, right?
You know,
Right.
before. So it's like, how are you going to justify that? Oh wait, we don't have to. We're
Trying to
woke.
be
We're just going to do the way we're right.
It's
Yeah.
trying to be inclusive.
I completely agree. I don't think there needs to be romantic undertones of any kind in kids' movies. Frankly, being a kid is hard.
Right.
Why are you bothering them with this? It just seems, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like inappropriate. Even if it's like a man-woman kiss, it just seems like, why do kids need to worry about that?
I mean,
too much.
I think honestly that as adults we see it very differently than kids do. They're
Sure.
not paying attention to that at all. And like it comes up, sure, and like I don't think that it should be pushed down their throats in any capacity, but like I don't know, like we're talking about having kids at some point, and I would like for it to be some level of normal to be able to see that in a way where it's not like, look at this, watch it because they're
gay,
kissing and they're gay. Like I just would prefer it to just be like sprinkled in just like everything else, because then it's not weird that our kid will have two moms and that'll have to be an explanation to their friends. Like it'll just kind of be part of all of that. But I don't think it needs to be like a political ploy either, where it's like we're just going to do this right now.
The kids in our family are very accepting of Shannon and Shannon's relationship. They were just like they watched, like Olivia, and Olivia was quite small, you know, but she was sitting back watching, and she was like, Aunt Shannon loves. Now it's Aunt Shannon loves Aunt Shannon, and they're like, she's auntie, and that's Bug. But they're just like, oh, they love each other. They don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
We're
I
also
love
not by any means the type of couple to be like
all
over
over
each other in front of the kids. I don't do that.
But
I'm
they-
not big on PDA to
But they
begin
can,
with.
they can tell that they like each other. Like they can tell by their body language. They come in together. They go home together. They when you're at their house, they're in the kitchen cooking together, or they're taking care of the dogs together, or they're going shopping together. Whatever. The kids see them interact with one another, and they can tell that they genuinely like each other. And to them, it's no big deal. It's no different than me liking you or me liking you. It's just, they like each other. They care about each other.
And kids can pick up on that.
Right. And that's what's important. They should know that it's okay to love whoever you love. And it doesn't need to be a dark secret or something that we tiptoe around. If you just be who you are, honestly, the kids sort it out. They sort it out.
I agree with that.
Kids are very smart,
Yeah, if they have
and they're
questions
very
they ask,
and they're
we'll
very
answer
intuitive.
them honestly. There's never any there's not like a secret behind it, but there's,
They don't flaunt it
I
either.
think
They're not
when Olivia was
disrespectful with
little,
it.
she said, like Aunt Shannon loves another girl, And my sister said, well, yeah. Are you okay with that? And she said, yeah, but what if I don't want to love another girl? And she's like, well, you can love whoever you want. And she was like, okay, that's fine.
There you go.
And that
Perfect,
was the-
that's the
and that
answer.
was the
perfect
end of the-
conversation
yeah,
right
the end
there.
of the conversation.
Perfect conversation
Yeah.
right there.
And Sarah struggled with it for a little while. She was like, well, what am I going to tell the kids? I said, well, they start asking questions. You tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, some
makes it
people
easy.
like some girls like girls, some girls like boys, some boys like boys. It doesn't matter. You love who you love. As long as they're a good person and they're good to you, it doesn't matter. You can love whoever you want to love. And that's what the kids need to be told. There's nothing wrong with it. You see affection in our family amongst everybody. The girls are thicker than thieves, is the old saying. They're thicker than thieves. They look out for each other. They hug each other. They kiss each other. On the mouth. They kiss each other. You know? It's no big deal. We don't make a big deal out of it. It's just normal family affection. The children don't think anything weird about it.
I mean, even for her nephew, our nephew, but you know, her sister's son, you know, will show up for things, and if she shows up without me, he's like, "Where's Titi? Where's my Titi?" Like you know, they associate us together. They know that we're together, but I don't need to explain to a 4-year-old what happens behind a closed door.
Yeah, no.
That's
Right.
weird. That's a weird thing for you to think that I would ever try to be like, well, I'm gay and it's because I like women and this is like it. That's not what it is. You should teach your kids how to see a healthy relationship, how to observe a healthy relationship. You should teach your kids how to communicate their feelings in a healthy way, so that way they have the ability to do that when they get older. And then you should just love your kids because they're your kids and they are who they are, and doesn't matter who they're with as long as they're a decent human being. So that's my personal take. With the whole movie thing, I think banning it is countries afraid of change. I think it's areas afraid of introducing new ideas. I don't think that it should be something Disney should be striving to throw into their movies, because I feel like it's just them trying to check off a box.
And that's what's going on so much, you know? And that's what bothers me is like, oh, look at us. And you know, 15 years ago, if you were gay, Disney would kick you out of the park for like two guys walking down down Main Street, USA, holding hands.
No, now they're
Now all of a
overcompensating
sudden-
the other direction.
Exactly. That's exactly the words I was going to use. Now it's like they're overcompensating. My problem is, I see on the news a lot of these teachers that, or I guess non-binary, we'll go with that, and they're trying to tell their kids, you know, first, second grade, you know, how great it is. And it gets the kids to be like, oh, well, maybe I could do that. I'm like, that is not your job. Your job is not that, and that bothers me.
There's I think he's a kindergarten teacher
That bothers
on
me.
TikTok.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he, as an adult from the outside, you look at him and you know that he is very flamboyantly gay.
Greg?
Yes. But when he teaches, he paints his nails and he talks to the kids. You know, like if this is something you want to do, you can do it. By no means is he the type of person to try and like shove that agenda down their throat, but he very much is like a neutral, normalizes whatever you want. If you're a boy and you like pink, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you're a boy and you want your nails painted, that's cool. Nail polish isn't just for girls. Like he's that type of teacher.
That I can get behind.
Right.
That
And that's
can
what
get
I
behind.
think we need. I think we need more of an open format for kids to feel comfortable to express their feelings. I think there's a lot of gender normalities in society that we think, you know, like nail polish is for girls, pink is for girls, baby dolls are for girls, but men grow up and they become fathers. So they should be taught to nurture just as much as a woman is taught to nurture. And I think those gender normatives that we're so used to, that's really what makes people so narrow-minded. I think that's, as a society, what we need to remove is those gender, you know, normatives that make people feel like they have to fit inside of a box. They have to fit inside of a specific gender role. But I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of breaking those barriers down and just teaching people to be themselves.
Right, and I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with some of the ones that are almost like they're recruiting.
Right.
It's almost like
Like they
they're
have
like,
I know
like,
that
like
story
they're trying to
out of
start.
Texas.
Like they're trying to start the next generation of. You know,
I don't
and-
think we need to ask an 8-year-old if they identify as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
I thought I was a
That's-
butterfly at
that's
8, so
right,
like I
for
don't
real.
understand.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or
I was in a Pegasus.
I think
see, there
there's
you
a
go.
difference between a
Me and
child
my friends were in a
expressing.
pack of wolves and we would
Interested.
hunt other children on
Yeah.
the playground.
Right.
That seems
I'm not
accurate.
even making that up. That's what I did from 6 to 8.
That makes so much
that makes
sense.
so much sense. That answers so many questions.
Yeah,
I
the
have watched-
biting, the everything.
We got in so much trouble for years because I was just absolutely, it was a wolf pack.
I have watched my nephew he has a house full of girls. He has 5 little girls in his house. And he is he's very prominent in Lehigh Valley business. Everybody knows who he is. And there are videos with him on his Facebook page with those girls putting barrettes in his hair, putting makeup on his face, and painting his nails.
I mean, every girl dad knows that's what
That's
you're signing
just
up
what
for.
Well,
goes-
yeah, you're going to have to
And
just
what
put
does-
up with that.
and
That
what
wouldn't
does it
bother
hurt?
me.
You have soap and water
yeah.
to take the
Right,
makeup off. There's
exactly.
nail polish remover to take the nail polish
That's
off.
right.
You spent the afternoon with your little girls. You made them giggle and laugh.
Absolutely.
Because daddy's wearing nail polish and makeup. Ha ha
Nothing
ha.
wrong with that.
And at the end of the day, they've got a memory and you've got soap and water and nail polish remover.
Yeah.
What difference does it make?
Yeah.
Madman went to Lily's tea party.
Yes.
Your children need you to interact with them, and you need to be comfortable enough in your own skin to allow them to be who they are. And if they include you, that means that they feel connected. So if your daughter's painting your nails and fixing your hair and putting makeup on you and you're the daddy, you're part of the pack. You're
Yeah.
included.
Well,
And it's awesome.
one of the things, though, again, that bothers me, there's these places, there's some of these schools and some of these teachers that, you know, it's like they ask the kid, "Do you think you might be this way? Okay, we're going to treat you like this, but whatever you do, don't tell your parents that this is what we're doing."
Yeah,
Now, that's
that
horse
right there.
shit.
Absolutely.
That's the type of person you drag out
know.
of class and you
Yeah.
beat the shit out of.
Immediately know. If
I'm
you're
sorry, but that's-
teaching children
that's
to keep
what you do to
secrets
them.
from their parents at a very young age, that's
That's a
straight up
problem.
groomer behavior. That is
And
not
then
okay.
when the parents call and ask questions about this, it's like even the principals are like, "Well, that's what it." It's like, no, grab the principal,
Yeah,
take him out, beat
absolutely
the
not.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know, they teach home.
I've got a baseball bat in my closet. I call Elton for that exact reason. And I call him Elton because just like one of my favorite singers who's going to retire this year, and I'm going to miss him because I like him. But he spends most of his life in the closet. When he comes out of the closet, he's gone up somebody's ass. Right, exactly. I thought you'd like that.
I think it's interesting to watch the educational system. I mean, when we were in school, we had home ec class. When you were in school, there was early childhood education classes.
Well, I took those. I had home ec.
had
and
Right.
home ec.
eighth.
I had home ec.
I had
How
home
many
ec.
boys
I
were
had
in your
home ec.
class?
Me too.
I had.
Hey there, PSNORKIS friends. Sadly, we ran out of time and had to cut this episode short. But stay tuned for next week's episode where we pick things up again. Until next time, be good to yourself and to each other.